Well, hey fans, welcome back to another movie review, and today we're talking about Trap. So Trap is a psychological thriller written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan, starring Josh Hartnett, and the premise of the film is that you have a serial killer who is taking his daughter to one of her favorite musicians, Lady Raven's music concert, but it turns out that the FBI was aware that the killer was going to be there, so they set up a trap to catch the killer whenever he tries to leave. Now Josh Hartnett, who we know is the killer, has to figure out a way out of this situation without letting anybody know, especially his daughter, that he's the killer. Now, first off, I'd like to thank Warner Bros. For sending me a 4K copy of the film. It was a very interesting watch. I've been a fan of M. Night Shyamalan's early work for years. Of course, starting with Signs and The Sixth Sense, you kind of grow accustomed to figuring out what is the twist going to be. And I think M. Night Shyamalan's movies work better when they have a twist. Now, as he continued directing, his twist kind of got not as great, but he was still like a very visionary film director. And then he made, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and everything went to shit. But he kind of worked his way back, making small films like The Visit and Split, and those are great. Like outside of The Sixth Sense, Split is probably his best twist ending ever. So watching this movie, once you see the trailer, you're like, what is the twist ending going to be? Now the twist, and the cabin in the woods and old, and like those twists were kind of like meh. And cabin in the woods didn't really have a twist. Everything that we thought was going on was actually going on, which was silly. And I was just super excited to see what the twist in this one was. Now I thought, and I believe half the world thought, his daughter is going to turn out to be the killer and he's just protecting her. And that's not the case. Turns out he is the killer. He just really needs to find a way out. So, in terms of the story, it was fine. I really enjoyed Josh Hartnett's performance. Him as this sociopath, pretending to be a normal dad when really he's just this psychotic butcher. It was good. You see the slight twitches in his face, the passive-aggressive way he answers questions and talks to other ladies, and it's a very interesting portrayal into what these people are like in real life. And then what I like about the character is if you watch, he loves his daughter. He loves his daughter, he loves his wife, he loves his son, his entire family unit he cares about. Everybody else he could care less about and will do anything. He will cause an explosion that will burn a girl, he will push somebody down the stairs, anything to get out of this trap. And when he wants to escape, he's not planning on leaving. He's like, I have to take my daughter with me. I can't just leave her there. So there's a lot to this character. He's more than just this one-dimensional killer. There's a lot to him, and I like that we got to see that on film. Josh Hartnett, like I said, he portrays the film well. Shyamalan still proves that he is a good director. He's a great director. He shot this on film, I believe, and it looks like one of his older movies. It doesn't really look like anything that you see in theaters today. And like I said, it's really more about Josh Hartnett's performance and what he does in the film and how he moves across the screen and portrays the characters. There are certain tendencies that he gives the killer in terms of, having like OCD and having to touch people in a specific way and keeping his hands on them, keeping his eyes on them. And like I said, that was the best aspect of the movie. The movie fails when it doesn't have a good twist. He should have thrown a twist in there that would have made it better. There are some stupid decisions made by not only police officers and FBI agents, but the one guy who basically tells him everything that's going on that works at the arena. It's like no sane person would actually do that. So that is kind of silly. And overall, it's a fine movie. It's a fine movie. Like in terms of the score, I would give Trap a solid 6.3 out of 10. I think Shyamalan can do better, and I hope that he does continue to make movies like this, because eventually he's gonna hit his stride again and come out with something great. Josh Hartnett just back with a tour de force, proving how great of an actor he is. And it'd be great if he turned out to be the new Batman. We'll have to wait and see, but until then, I hope he keeps getting work. And another twist I was hearing people say would have been great to see online would have been that if the people he killed had been contacting one of the detectives and telling them how to find this guy, and it turns out that detective was a grown-up Haley Joel Osment from The Sixth Sense, that would have been a great twist, like what he did with Split. He needs to do more stuff like that. M. Night, you got it. And the nepotism in this movie, like his daughter, who directed The Visit, which I reviewed earlier in the year, his other daughter plays Lady Raven in this movie. And this movie's basically, the music is good. His daughter's a musician. He cast her as the musician in this movie, and her music is good. And she did the soundtrack. So, I like what you're doing, M. Night. Keep it up. Keep the nepotism going. You know, make your family, make that generational money. Do whatever you got to do. I want to thank you guys again for joining me for this movie review. Remember, you can find the full review on YouTube and the website, flipfrogllc.com/flixfrog. Remember, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit. And please, pretty please, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.